There are books that when the reader closes the books, they only merely remember about the something like main plot or key factor, key partners. But there are also works that makes us remember an entire era. The people who love, who suffer and struggle to survive amidst the historical upheavals. Gone with the Wind is one such work. Through the complex love story of Scarlett O'Hara, the author opens before the reader, like us, a vast picture of war, love, and the intense human desire to live. So today, me, HảiDiêng, or you can call me Anna either, I will give you an overview or review about the book Gone with the Wind. So in this video, you would get to know about the author, you would get to know about some kind of main plot. Well, we noted that there are a bit spoilers in this video, so I think that you should consider before watching this video. Okay, I will also say get you to know about like my thinking, my comments about this book, about the characters, about the setup, about some prominent things that makes me really impressed. Okay, so first one with author. The author of this book, Gone with the Wind, this is a really famous novel. And this novel was written by Margaret Mitchell and later retold by John Esker in a simpler version, but still keep the spirit of the original work. Set in the American South, American Civil War, the story follows Scarlett O'Hara, a beautiful but stubborn young woman whose life changed completely because of war. Okay, so this is some of the kind of like outlet of the story. So I would tell you about the main plot, okay? And from this main plot, we will see its kind of like character personality. And what is the thing that makes this novel so unforgettable? Alright? So the story begins in Tara Plantation. This is a really big one. This plantation is in like American South. Scarlett O'Hara is the daughter of the owner of this plantation. This woman is very beautiful, is known for her beauty. In the novels, she is described as have white skin, have a really awesome beauty, and a lot of men desire to get her as their wife. So you can merely know how beautiful she was, right? Okay, so Scarlett is in love with Ashley Wikes. He is a gentle and polite man, but unfortunately, Ashley is engaged with Melanie Hamilton. So a bit noted here is that one that is so remarkable in this part is that Ashley do love Scarlett at the first time, right? But he feels like he doesn't get enough, doesn't deserve Scarlett. And then he later engaged to Melanie Hamilton, who he feels more comfortable. Well, this is only my comment, and if you want to feel more, you can read the novel, okay? Being so heartbroken and angry, Scarlett quickly agrees to marry Charles Hamilton. You see, Charles Hamilton and Melanie Hamilton. You see, the same family name. Well, this is the twist. So you know that Scarlett quickly married to like Melanie brothers. I don't know what kind of action is it, but I think that she wants to get Melanie paid back, or want Ashley and Melanie to get a comma or whatsoever, because kind of like Scarlett is a selfish kind of character. About the character I will tell you later in the video. Okay. Soon later, the Civil War begins, and Charles dies, leaving Scarlett a widow at a very young age. As the war continues, Scarlett's comfortable life disappears. Tara plantation is destroyed by poverty and hunger, and Scarlett has to become stronger to protect her family and their land. During this difficult time, Rhett Butler, a wealthy and confident man, stays close to Scarlett and then secretly love her deeply. So this is where the love story begins. Why I say it's so complex. Okay, so just watching the next kind of partners, why this love story of Scarlett is so complex. Okay, so the most complicated here is that Scarlett is still obsessed with Ashley, and then therefore she cannot recognize Rhett's sincere feelings. Later, Scarlett marries Rhett Butler, but you see, because of the complicated relationships between Scarlett, Ashley, and Rhett, so the relationships between Scarlett and Rhett slowly falls apart. And the reason is because Rhett was so tired of being ignored and so tired of Scarlett's indifference, although she is his wife. She always thinking about Ashley. She wants to be Ashley's wife, not Rhett. And because so tired, Rhett chose to leave her. And until then, did Scarlett realize Rhett was the person that she truly loved. Even at the end, Scarlett still refuses to lose hope and she thinks that she could win back him someday. Okay, so the story here, I would like to say that it's a kind of complicated story with the combined, with the fusion between the love story, between the word, between the word is in the setup, but the word scenes is also described very kind of specific and is really inspiring. Also inspiring the reader with the intense human desire to live, as I will comment and analyze more in the later of this video today. Okay, so now talking about the character analysis. The most prominent character in the story Gone with the Wind here, obviously is Scarlett O'Hara, who is the main character. So at the beginning of this video, I have told you that the character, the personality of Scarlett O'Hara is not so good. She is not nice at all. She is not as virtuous as other female protagonists. She is selfish. She thinks that she is the center of the whole universe. She is stubborn. She underestimate other people, and think that she is the best. She's not nice at all. She is not so gentle. She is not so good and kind with other people. She's just sometimes cruel just to get what she wants to have. But because those flaws, because she is not perfect at all. So that is how Margaret Mitchell, who is the author of the story, make the character of the story have depth. It is also Scarlett's will, Scarlett's strength to overcome, to survive through the war. She never give up. She never lose hope. She always think that, there's another chance, there will be a better day tomorrow. Her famous quote is, "Tomorrow is another day." Also expresses her unwavering spirit in life. And the depth here is that at first we see that this girl, this woman is only a woman who thinks she is the best. A woman don't know what to do because she is the daughter of the owner of the Tara plantation. But through the kind of setting in the war, the Civil War, Scarlett, deaf in personality, she have her personality have, I must say, like undergone a lot of changes, and therefore as the ending we could see a big changes in her personality. She has become like nicer, as I guess. She has become not as arrogant as he was at the beginning of the story. She is also show out her strength, her kind of like good aspect of her personality. That is, she has an unwavering spirit, an indomitable spirit, yeah, that could help she and other people around her to overcome the worst period of their life, which is undergo the wars, the civil war in the American South. So aside from Scarlett O'Hara, I would like to say about Rhett Butler. Rhett Butler is an intelligent and confident man. He knows what to do. He is a really good man, like to help Scarlett every time that she needs. And he is very reliable too. He has developed a deep love for Scarlett because together she is naughty and she is so strong. That's what makes Rhett so feel like interested in her, I guess, through the story. Or you could read more in the book Gone with the Wind to find out their complex love story, okay? And also, one character that I have a deep impression on is Melanie Hamilton. Yeah, this woman in the story is kind of like a standard female protagonist, female lead, because she is nice, she is kind, she is gentle, like the opposite with Scarlett. Because, well, as I say, she is the opposite of Scarlett, so she is sometimes seems so weak. Yeah, at some point and some situations, she's a bit quick, weak. But what makes her stronger than anyone else is because of her inner strength in her heart, in her mind, that help her. Also a special character in the story is my impression on this book. So what I really enjoy and what I really loved about this books is that it has so much things. Gone with the Wind is never just a simple romance. Well, you see, one time you may see that Scarlett is arguing dramatically with Rhett, and the next moment you see the whole world around them is falling apart because of war. There's a lot of aspects in this book. We see that this novel is a mix of love, war, jealousy, heartbreak, survival, and history. They mix it so well that make the story never feels boring. There are some kind of unexpected twist. There are interesting characters. There are some kind of emotional fights. And there are some moments that make me want to yell at the characters, especially Scarlett, because of, yes, as I say, her personality is not good at all. But because of those emotion is so strong, like the emotion that you want to yell at one character, you will see that the story is so good. It's helped me to undergo some emotion that I could not undergo on other books. And that is also the most interesting thing of the books. The setting in American South Civil War, as I guess, is also a really good thing in the story, because it's set in the war. The war is the worst situation that helps us to see through the inner strength of its character, that helps us to see the unwavering spirit of Scarlett, the inner strength of Melanie Hamilton, or also the reliability of Rhett Butler. And through that, we could see a vast picture of love at work, as I have mentioned in the beginning of this video. And, well, why I say this book is so interesting? You could discover it by yourself. So now just read the book Gone with the Wind, and then you will see a lot of interesting things that this book gives for you. Maybe it's about emotional moral, it's about the interesting setup, or it is also about the characters that have a really personality depth that make you to feel like, wow, yeah, you might feel like, wow, it's so good. I think that Scarlett may sometimes annoy you, Rhett may impress you, might probably impress you, and Melanie may make you feel so, wow, she's so sweet. And all of those characters would make you to keep forward and turning the pages to keep reading. Well, and that is why this book is such a masterpiece. And I think it's also the end of my video today, as I have reviewed for you all of this book Gone with the Wind, from the plot, from the character, the most interesting of the book, and as well as why you should read this book, because it's such a great thing, a great book that you ought to try once in your life. And if you like and interested in this book, as after watching my video, I hope that you could, go to the library or go online to search for this book and read it right now. Okay, so I think it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, and see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you for listening.